Oh, yeah. Don't escape. Today is recycling day. We take all our recycles in. It's been a while. All right. Good evening, YouTube. So this video is the end of vlog day 31. Our situation has changed. Unless I somehow figure out something in the next hour or so, you're going to miss all the beginning of vlog day 31, or at least everything before breakfast, which you'll definitely see the breakfast meal, but everything before that is gone, or I can't quite get access to it yet. My GoPro took a drink in the drink in the water trough this morning. So I was doing my normal morning routine, and I set my GoPro there on the corner like I do a lot. You've seen the videos through the vlogs, and I was pretty much done with it. Put the hose back in the tub, let it fill up, and thunk. You hear this sound, and I look over. My GoPro's in the tank. I got it out. It was still on. Pulled it out of the case. Pulled the battery out as quickly as I could, and I haven't got it to come back on yet. So here's our situation with our GoPro. It's showing power after I dried it off and everything, but it won't come on. It hasn't restarted. So I don't know what that, it won't, when I pull it off of auxiliary computer power, it won't come on by itself. So we got in a bad situation. Yeah, and just for your wondering, the case it was in was the skeleton case, because that gives a little bit better audio. The audio is not good at all for the GoPro, but it's a little better with the skeleton case because it allows some better transfer, but than the hard case that otherwise operates with. But I've had it on here thinking it might be a charge issue with the battery. I don't know. But it didn't work out well, so you're missing a lot from vlog day 31, unfortunately. But we did take in our recycles and get some other chores and errands done. And now the light won't even come on. Maybe that's because the battery's charged. But also when I plug it into the computer, it doesn't read it. It doesn't show up on the computer as recognizing it's there. So we're down a camera, and I'm gonna have to improvise here. So future issues, because my camera not only takes lousy video, but it's got a limited memory. But really, there's a lot more things going on than my losing a camera. I failed to mention the last couple of days. I've been so daggone busy. The Catalonian referendum went down last night, I guess, in Spain. Why everyone else in the world votes on a weekend and we don't is beyond me, but that's the way it kind of seems to work out. But the Spanish National Police, yes, notice National Police, putting the boots to people out there in Spain that are wanting to go out and have their voice heard in the Catalonian referendum to basically secede. They're calling it Catalonian independence. Call it secession. Call it what you want. It's all the same thing. People want to do what they want and get out of the Spanish nationalist government, which is broke and has tons of issues. And the Catalonian thing has been a long-standing uh, issue for decades and decades. Um, so that is what it is. But the Spanish national government won't have none of that, and a lot of that has to do with the EU and economics and everything else. I mean, Madrid is in Barcelona's in the Catalonian region. That whole coastline area is in there, and it's a big historical economically significant. I wouldn't equate it to California being seceding, but it's pretty significant for the whole country and a big portion physically. So check that out in the issue. So that whole thing has been kind of subdued in the American press, mostly because we don't talk about secession since Lincoln, because nobody wants to go to blows over the whole thing. Really, that's how you got to frame this type of thing. Is the Spanish government going to use the Lincoln Doctrine against the Catalonians, or are they going to let them go their own way? So far, they're going pretty Lincoln on them. The videos that are out there, I'll try to link to a few of them, or tweets. I'll link some of the tweets below, is primarily where I saw a lot of the video. They show a lot of physical assault by the national police against people that are basically standing in line outside of polling stations. The nationalist government is calling it a illegal referendum, which I don't know how you have an illegal referendum if the people want to go and make a referendum on anything. How is it illegal? Just because they want to leave the government? Well, that's illegal. Then you don't have right to self-determination, and there's no freedom. So, which is probably true in all of Europe, not only in function but also in statute and referenda. In the way everything was formed. Kind of the opposite here in the United States. When you have to hear about California secession and other states, Texas, whatever, thought we had freedom of association. I thought we had freedom in America. Well, not since Lincoln. Or well, at least we have the freedom, but we'll just expect to go to war over it. Because the Union will be maintained at all costs. And it's even worse now with the central bank. But we'll leave it at that. It's been a long week. This has been a rough week. Kind of hard to wrap up the first month of vlogs here. Kind of haphazardly put together the last part of the week. A lot of work going on. And that was reflected in the vlogs, I believe, with some of the limited time I had to edit and put stuff together and just whatnot. That's one of the things about doing a daily vlog. I don't know how many channels do it. Like, I don't know if any big channels. I think big channels go with like, I'll have a video out every Tuesday at 8 p.m. or whatever. They have like a schedule, because that's what YouTube preaches, is have a schedule. And if you're daily, I guess that's good. But I don't know if many big channels have that, because they do all their fancy production work. They have a lot more glossier presentation. I mean, a lot of those channels are just like watching TV. But it's a good hour to sit down and get all your video together, especially if you get it on a couple different devices. Put it through your editor, tweak it a little bit, cut out some stuff, because when you turn your camera on and you leave it in your pocket for 25 minutes, you got to figure out where that cut point is that, I forgot to turn off my camera at the 5-minute mark or the 2-minute mark or whatever. And all that other stuff goes in the dustbin of rattling around in your pocket. You do run into that. So there's, that type of editing that goes into it. It's not like taking tons of footage, but it's been interesting. So I picked up following Carl the Madman, who originally challenged Broseph Russell on the monthly challenge for vlogs. And Broseph Russell is still going. He's still going in his vlogs, and Carl's been going for well over a year. And he just did a video today talking about the guy who he started following when he started doing vlogs, and it was a gentleman, and he just said his name, and I just forgot it a minute ago. Does he mention it in the notes here? I can pull that video up. Uh, I'm not sure what the gentleman, but the guy has over 1900 vlog days, and he quit. So that's Carl's new goal, is to beat that guy. And I will. I would watch the whole video, but I won't. But you can go check it out. I'll put the link below. Carl's issued a new challenge. If you want to go check that, anybody wants to join him in a month of vlogs for October. He's put the challenge out to anybody. That'll be in the links below to see if you're interested or take the challenge or see who gets involved in the challenge. Follow Carl. He's just a guy living up in Canada trying to do the best for him and his family. So it's worldwide. Well, at least North America wide, right? But that's kind of the vlog thing. Hope everybody's enjoyed it on that end. It seems like the pigs are the star of the show. They definitely steal everybody's attention. It seems like everybody loves the pigs. Not for long. Well, be a few more months at least. They ain't gonna be around forever, I'll tell you that much. So just an update. We'll try to figure out our camera situation, make it a little bit better than this handheld camera gig we got going here. So y'all be good, live free.